For pretty much all of human history, the rule has been really simple. If you stop working, you stop earning. But that rule, it's starting to completely shatter. Today, we're going to dive into a whole new class of legal, automated side hustles that are designed to run 24/7, even when you're nowhere near a keyboard. All right, let's get right into it. And really, it all comes down to this one massive question we're tackling. Is it actually possible to separate your income from the hours you work? For centuries, the answer to that was a hard no. But right now, there is a huge shift happening, and it's all being powered by AI. And this right here, this lays it all out perfectly. We're moving away from that old model, time equals money, and into something totally new. Systems equal money. Now, let's be super clear. This doesn't mean the work goes away. No way. It just means the type of work is changing. It's becoming all about that front-loaded strategic effort instead of the constant manual grind. Okay, so before we get too carried away, let's hit the pause button for a sec. We gotta have a quick reality check. Because that phrase, runs while you sleep, it sounds amazing, right? Almost like magic. So let's cut through all the hype and talk about what this really means. So let's get this straight right now. This is not about some get-rich-quick scheme. It is not zero effort, it's not instant cash, and it's definitely not a guaranteed paycheck. Just throw all that out the window. What we are talking about is building systems. Yeah, systems that take a whole lot of work up front. A ton of work. But, and this is the key, they're built to run and grow on their own without you having to trade more and more of your own time. I just love this analogy from the source material because it makes the whole idea click. Think about it like this. It's like setting up a vending machine instead of selling snacks one by one. You do all that grunt work at the beginning, right? Finding the right spot, buying the machine, loading it up. But once it's up and running, it just works. It makes money without you having to be there for every single transaction. That is the mindset we're going for here. Okay, perfect. So now that we have that mindset locked in, let's get practical. Let's actually look at the playbook. We're going to break down 3 solid models for how these automated systems work in the real world. All right, model number 1, AI content websites. Now, this is a classic for a reason, but AI it's put the whole thing on steroids. The idea is pretty simple, really. You become this tiny, super focused media company that's an expert in one specific thing. So how does it work? Well, you use AI as your partner to create really valuable, high-quality content, and you can do it at a scale that was impossible before. That content then makes money from things like ads or affiliate links. And here's the beautiful part, the automated part. Search engines like Google are working for you 24/7, sending people to your stuff even years after you wrote it. Think about that. One article can keep making you money for months or even years without you ever touching it again. And you're probably thinking, okay, so what kind of topics actually work? Well, here are a few that are absolutely crushing it right now. Do you see the pattern here? Every single one of them is about providing really valuable evergreen info. The kind of stuff people are always going to be searching for. Okay, let's move on to model number 2. And this one is really cool. It's called the Automated AI Micro SaaS. Now, SaaS just stands for Software as a Service. And the idea here is to build a tiny, super focused AI tool that solves just one, very specific problem and does it better than anything else. The model is it's so elegant. A customer pays you a small fee every month to use your little tool. It helps them, it solves their problem. And the best part, the payments, the service itself, the delivery, it's all completely automated. Once you've built the thing, it just runs. And what's so attractive about this is the money side of it. For a solo person, this is an absolute home run. You're talking about crazy high profit margins, that sweet, predictable recurring revenue, and since the tool is doing all the work, you barely have any customer support to deal with. And hey, as a nice little bonus, these clean, efficient businesses are exactly what bigger companies love to buy. All right, our third and final model today is probably the one that most people can jump into the fastest: AI-generated digital products. This is pretty much what it sounds like. We're talking about creating stuff that can just be sent as a file. Ebooks, templates, guides, checklists. The sky's the limit. Now, here's the thing. In this model, the AI isn't the product. It's more like your super-powered assistant, your co-pilot, helping you create these things way faster. The real magic is that you do the work once. You create that ebook one time, and you can sell it forever. And all the messy stuff, the payments, the delivery, that's all handled by automated platforms that work 24/7, selling to anyone, anywhere on Earth. And seriously, the possibilities here are just endless. We're talking ebooks, toolkits, maybe even specialized prompt libraries for other people using AI, you name it. But the one rule that never, ever changes is this. You have to create something that's actually valuable, something that solves a real problem for a real person. Okay, so that's 3 really powerful models right there. But I bet there's a big question just lingering in the back of your mind right now. So you know what? Let's just address it directly. So the big one, is any of this actually legal? The short answer is yes, a big emphatic yes. But it's so important to understand why it's legal. It's not because you found some sneaky loophole, it's because you're playing by the existing rules. And this is the single most important principle to get your head around. The law regulates behavior, not technology. Think about it. AI is just a tool. It's no different than a hammer or a spreadsheet. Whether what you're doing is legal or not has nothing to do with the tool itself. It has everything to do with what you do with it. And this right here shows you the difference perfectly. You get into hot water when you use the tool to do illegal things. Things like making false claims in your ads, or violating someone's privacy, or pretending to be a doctor or lawyer when you're not. The right way, the legal and ethical way, is to put up guardrails. Be totally transparent about what you're doing. Use clear disclaimers. And of course, follow all the rules about data and privacy that are already on the books. Okay, let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture here. Because really, what we're talking about, it's so much bigger than just a cool new side hustle. This is a sign that the very way we create value is fundamentally changing. There's this quote in the source that just, man, it hits the nail on the head. For so long, all we've heard is AI is coming to take our jobs. But the real story, the one that's actually happening right under our noses, is that AI is letting individual people, like you and me, build systems that operate like whole businesses. And you can see this trend all throughout history, right? The Industrial Revolution rewarded physical labor. Then the internet came along and it rewarded speed. And now we're in the AI era, and it rewards something new, leverage. It rewards your ability to use a system to multiply your own effort, to have an impact way, way bigger than the hours you put in. And that brings us full circle, right back to where we started. These systems, these are the things that can truly work for you while you're sleeping. They can be publishing content, talking to customers, delivering your products, and yep, generating revenue. And it can all be done legally, ethically, and at a scale that it wasn't even in the realm of possibility for one person until right now. Look, the tech is here. The models we talked about, they're proven to work. The tools are cheaper and easier to use than they have ever been. So really, there's only one question left to ask. Will you build one?